Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Faye, and I sell Medicare plans. You are listening to the podcast where Medicare professionals come to hear, learn, and get excited about actually helping other people. This is the podcast where you will hear from others who are helping people just as I do. It's I Sell Medicare Plans. Thank you so much for listening. Today, my guests are the dynamic duo. I have with me Letisha Jackson and Darnell Jackson of the Jackson Insurance Group out of Tupelo, Mississippi. And I know you audience people may never have thought there would be another dynamic duo out of Tupelo, Mississippi, but here they are. Here they are in the flesh. If you're listening on the podcast, you can hear them. If you see us on YouTube, then you will, of course, get to actually meet them. This dynamic duo is so great and special to me. Miss Letisha Jackson has just blossomed so much, and it's, of course, with the help of her husband, Darnell. Letisha is the owner, the operator, the go-to person, the do everything at Jackson Insurance Group. And she's going to tell her story. She'll tell her vision. Darnell, of course, is a licensed insurance professional. He works with her very, very closely. However, his passion is, and I actually feel, I have to tell you all, I feel awkward saying Darnell because he is actually a pastor. He is a spiritual leader, and that is his mission. He knows that's his mission, and he loves his mission. So let me welcome the two of you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you, and such smiling faces. So where shall we begin? How do we start? What is the vision? How did you get it? When did you get it? Where should we start? Who wants to start first?
Okay. Well, Faye, you asked such a loaded question, right?
Did I?
You asked such a loaded question, and we can just go deep dive into our vision, what God has done for us. Like Faye said, I'm Letisha Jackson, and I have been in insurance for about 12 years now. I started out as an independent agent, just working for various, carriers. And it wasn't until about 2014 is when I decided to get serious about starting a career in insurance. At first, I was making money, but I wanted to pivot over to starting a career. Darnell and I had recently just got married in 2012. So it was 2 years in our marriage. And so we ended up having a bundle of joy surprise for us. And so at this point, though, I decided I wanted to go into business. And you would think that was like a good moment to do, but also it was like a bad timing as well, I would say, because I had planned to come off my job and to save up money up until my maternity leave was over with. But something happened between that to where my plan fell through.
Doesn't that always happen?
It always happened.
It's not exactly how you planned.
No, it fell through. And so we had a rough patch, during that time frame, because we only had that one income come in, but we still continue to pursue our dreams, was to build a business. And so I would say during that time is when ACA, Affordable Healthcare, had just launched out. And so I put my running shoes on and I just worked from home and did all I could to build that book of business up. And that's actually where it got started, at home in my own kitchen table. My table was full of paperwork. I didn't have any admin. I was the admin. I was the insurance agent. I was the mama. I was everything at that time. And I must say, that's when I seen that our business had actually started to pick up. It actually started to develop because we became serious with what we wanted to do. And Darnell, I thank him because through that hard time, through that patch, where people don't talk about the struggles, right? He was there for our family to make sure that we had food on our table, make sure that our bills was being paid, just being that support system that I never had before.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And that's why it is so, so important for those of you who are listening to have partners who are supportive, as Darnell is. I'm sure during that time, and many of us have been through that time, Letisha, when we didn't have enough money. As you probably have heard us say, we had more month than we had money. So
Right.
it happens, and it happens to everyone. But your persistence and your support from Darnell, because he kept going as well. You know,
Right.
there's some spouses who will say, "Well, if you're not doing it, I'm not gonna do it either."
Right.
Give up. But at least you had that support, and that's important. Darnell, do you want to chime in on what you felt during those times?
Um, definitely, we definitely had to have a vision. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't all peaches and cream. There was some days to where we kind of questioned, and we questioned each other, because now typically when we first got married, we had two incomes. We were both kind of agents then, so we were dibbling down. We made extra money in the insurance business, and we were doing pretty good. And then when she decided to kind of do her own thing, and I was like, okay, well, at that time, things just kind of went down. My job got slow. We were in a pretty bad condition, and then as a man, you're the provider. So you're feeling like, okay, I'm not, as a man, I'm like, well, babe, are you sure this is what you want to do? And it got really tight. And I tell people, we talk about money. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, but the Bible also says money serves the purpose to all things. So we needed money, and we, and we didn't have a lot of it. And we, I'll tell you this, and we tell it now for a testimony. I remember one day, I went and picked my family up, and I got off of work because we had one vehicle. So I went back, picked them up, and I had went to lunch and got $1 cheeseburger. And because that's all I could afford that day for lunch was $1 cheeseburger. So we get in the truck. My wife's she sees the wrapper. She's like, "You ate a cheeseburger today?" I was like, "Yes." "Well, you didn't tell me." You had a cheeseburger. And it was that tight. But it was that tight, but we consistently just stayed on the same path, and we worked, and things just got better. It wasn't an overnight success, but things got better. We saw the income coming in. We saw the vision unfolding. Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
that is so wonderful. So basically, you started and built your business on ACA sales, or the marketplace sales, or as some people call it, Obamacare sales. But now you transitioning into Medicare sales.
That is correct.
So when did you decide that now that you've gotten a little bit footing in this vision, you can see where that's going, that now it's time to help another audience?
Well, that's a great question, Faye. I want to say probably about 2 years ago is when we decided that, hey, we have helped so many people in the ACA market, and we had clients who were transferred agents to Medicare. and that we could help them as well, but we wanted to make sure that we do the best thing for them, not just sell them a product, but put them in the best product. And as we learned that there are so many seniors who need our assistance, need our guidance and our expertise, this when we decided, hey, let's also to continue to grow our agency with the Medicare market. Is when we start pivoting about 2 years
Oh,
ago.
that's so wonderful. You recognize right away that the area where you are, you also had seniors who needed your help. And that's
Correct.
great. So tell us now that you've gone through the dollar cheeseburger stage. I like that story. I like that story. And I'm honestly, to be honest with you, I'm sure there are many of us out here who have had that $1, and it probably was all in change when you went through the drive. Okay.
Yeah.
But you are now at a point where you have built the business. You can see where the business is going, and you are bringing on other people and other agents that you're able to help. How is that working at this point?
Faye, it has been an awesome transitioning, being able to see that we're also able to help other agents to have a better income status, to help them build their own business, to see just a life-changing event. And it just makes me feel good knowing that we can help them as well, like we helped ourselves. And this business is not about just you growing. It's about helping others around you to grow as well. I believe that we have to help one another out.
Yeah.
There's no point
Absolutely.
holding the secret in. We grow together, not alone,
No.
And just to see some of our agents who have transitioning, I won't call any names, but I have a couple of agents who they had what it took to get to grow and do it, but they just didn't have the motivation behind themselves. And Darnell and I pushed them to a position to where now they are winning, and it just makes my heart just, I'm just fully excited and enjoy to see that transitioning with them as well.
I can understand that, because the thing that makes me feel so good at this point in my life and in business is when I have done something, one little thing to help somebody else to do better. Because most people don't want to be in poverty. They don't want to always have I'm still going to refer to your dollar cheeseburger. They don't want that. They want to be able to get a Big Mac, So listen, when we're able to help others, and I firmly believe that every one of us have a purpose in life. And the purpose that we're here for is to help someone else. So when God gives us gifts, those gifts we do not hold in, we share. Share with others what you know, share with others what you have learned in your past, and just sharing your story will inspire a lot of people. I'm sure the people who are listening and hear your story will want to know, how did you come from dollar to up, where you are now? What happened? And perseverance is part of that, right? It's definitely
Definitely.
and it does mean showing up, standing up, and being there. You always have to have that presence. And that's what will set you apart from the others who are in the industry. So now that you have gotten to that point and you're beginning to help others, where do you see the Jackson Insurance Group going?
Faye, that's another loaded question you asked. I actually see Jackson Insurance Group creating a platform for individuals to have their dreams to be fulfilled. There is no limitations of what God can do, right? I want to share this with you. You asked the question, but when I got started and as the business started to grow, I had a desire. Darnell, he was still currently working, at a factory as a supervisor. And my desire was, Lord, allow this business to be able to take my husband off his job. Okay, we got to a point where God allowed that to happen. He was able to come off his job in order to assist me, in the business. But that wasn't the final prayer. The final prayer was, Lord, I know what my husband's calling is in his ministry. Allow this business to be a vehicle to free him to work in your ministry full time. And this career, this agency has done exactly what we've asked God to do. So when you say, what do we see this Jackson Church Group agency going? It's wherever God allows it to go. And that's nowhere but up. And that's what we believe in and stand on.
Oh, that's great. You got to have expectations, because you know God, that he is the God who of his word. He never goes back on his word, but your expectations and your faith has to be in what he can do for you. That's so beautiful. That is so wonderful. So I am so happy to have the opportunity to talk to you both. Now, do you have any tips, any little nugget, any little thing that you want to leave with this audience?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I want to definitely say that, if you are a couple in this business, it's all right to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses and build off of your strengths and observe your weaknesses and make your weaknesses stronger. For me, my wife, and I tell you, when she's great at what she does. I'm an insurance agent, but she's a better agent than I am. And we had to build off that. This is the real. A lot of times, sometimes with men, we seem to have an ego about pushing our wives to the front. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to remember that you're doing what's best for your family. So for me, I saw the opportunity to push my wife to the front and help her birth this business and help her get it off the ground. And now, she's doing good. Now she has a staff around her, and now I'm able to lean towards other things. So it's a beautiful story. It worked out, hallelujah. It worked out. It worked out good. It worked out great for us. And because it worked out for us, we're able to implement the plan to others. And there's others here that have left their jobs and now they're full-time agents. So we're thankful for what God is doing for us.
Yes, and I want to add too, Faye, that sometimes it's, as people, we look at other people's stories and we try to mimic or duplicate what that person has done. And sometimes that's not the way that person should go. And to dig deep into themselves and realize what direction they need to go, what action they should take, and believe in that plan that God has given them. Because there is no wrong way about how to do business. The right way is what is a good fit for you. And we realized that we became a power couple, not because we work together, but because we believe in one another and we push each other into what we know that we're both good at. And because of that, we can reach several people just by telling our story, telling our testimony, and saying, hey, with God, you can do it. When you become one on one accord, nothing can come against you. So I just want to encourage everyone to keep pushing forward your dreams and see what will happen.
Thank you both. Thank you both. What powerful ending messages from both of you. You just don't know the love that you've sent out to everyone and the love that you've given me by being here today. And I thank you. Thank you so much. I am praying blessings upon you, your business, and as you move forward in the vision that you have. Thank you again for being with me.
Thank you for having us.